PGG Wrightson is New Zealand's leading wool broker. Follow us as we look at the journey of your wool from the farm to the market and the role PGG Wrightson has in selling your wool. Following shearing, wool is transported into one of 4 PGG Wrightson wool stores located throughout New Zealand. As you can see, our wool stores are busy areas with wool arriving throughout the day, so it's important that your wool is processed quickly and efficiently. Upon arrival, we use your wool specification sheet to marshal your wool into appropriate wool lines, ready for sampling and processing. Throughout the sampling and coring process, careful steps are taken to avoid contamination of your wool, as it can affect the lab results and the final price your wool fetches at auction. There are 3 stages to the sampling process. Firstly, a grab sample is taken from each bale and placed into a sample bag, which is used to represent that lot for valuing. Each sample is labelled and set aside to be appraised by the auction manager and buyers at the valuing days before the auction. The bale is then weighed and the bale number and weight information is entered into the database and marked on the bale. Lastly, a core sample is taken. 1 core sample is removed from each bale, but this can vary depending on the lot size. These core samples are sent to the lab and tested for yield, vegetable matter, micron and colour. Yield is the amount of clean wool remaining after the grease, dirt and vegetable matter is removed. VM, or vegetable matter, which is part of the yield test, shows the percentage vegetable material in the wool sample. The percentage of vegetable matter is determined by dissolving a set weight of clean wool in caustic soda and weighing the material left behind. Micron is the measure for fibre fineness. It determines how the fibre will be used. The handle and visual appearance of the overall product is affected by the fineness of the wool. Clear price differentials exist for different fibre diameters, and in almost all cases, the price increases as the diameter decreases. There are a number of methods used to measure the fibre diameter. Here we're showing the airflow method, where the micron is determined by measuring airflow through a set weight of clean wool. The greater the airflow through the wool sample, the greater the fibre diameter. Colour is measured by using a spectrophotometer. Colour is important to buyers, as the whiter the wool, the more colour options the wool manufacturer has for their final product. As dyeing is an additive process, it is therefore impossible to dye the wool lighter than its original colour. These lab results are extremely important for buyers in determining the actual weight of wool fibre in the lot and the manufacturing processes the wool can be used for. Next in the process is the catalogue inspection. 1 week before the sale, a catalogue is produced which our auction manager inspects and values each line of wool in the sale. He looks at clip preparation, type, length and strength. From these, he will determine a wool price indication and type indicators for each lot. Growers are advised of these by our wool representatives, and selling instructions from the grower are made. Valuing days happen 2 days before the auction. This is when buyers can view grab samples of each lot. They compare the lab results to the wool and establish length, strength and overall handle of the wool. Buying limits will be set at this time. The final step of the selling process is auction day. The auctioneer runs the bidding, supported by the wool manager and a wool representative who track and record prices individually. The auction style used for wool selling is an open cry auction, where all bids are vocal and buyers have to openly bid on the auction floor. It is a fast-selling method, selling in excess of 3 to 4 lots a minute. Following the auction, all sale prices are checked, finalised, and invoices sent out within 1 hour of the sale. As Cedric Bailey, PGG Wrightson Wool's General Manager summarises, PGG Wrightson Wool is committed to the New Zealand wool industry's long-term future and adding value from farm gate to world markets.